Wipro office in Salt Lake City. The office is an IT hub for tech-savvy people. It is a relatively newer building but still haunted. It is claimed that the ground on which the building stands was once supposed to be a cemetery. The night shift employees often saw apparitions on the third floor of Tower 3, which is now closed off. People often heard noises of things falling or scratching sounds coming from this floor. Security guards witnessed strange noises during their night shift rotation. Even though some of the floor is closed, it is still functioning as usual with its numerous employees. But still, if one gets late finishing the work, beware not to hear some strange noise. 9. Mullik Ghat Flower Market. Mullik Ghat is a famous tourist destination for its beautiful flower market, one of India's biggest flower markets. Mullik, situated under the southeast corner of Howrah Bridge, run along the side of Hooghly River, have a breathtaking views. But it also has some dark secrets. It is said that people that visited after dusk or even during dawn saw a pair of pale hands coming out of the Ganges River. These are the souls of people that have an unnatural death or committed suicide on the Howrah Bridge. The local wrestlers who practice early morning witness pale hands coming out of the water seeking help. It is said never to answer or pull them up. If one does try to pull them up, then he may drown in the same river without the body being found. 8. Rabindra Sarovar Metro Station. Metro stations can be the busiest during rush hours, which is true for this particular station. But one odd thing is that out of all the stations, the rate of suicides or unnatural death has gone high in this station. Refers to as the paradise of the suicide, people often felt an eerie feeling and saw weird shadows and images even in busy hours. The last train is said to be haunted, and even the attendants and drivers felt uneasy to go alone on the platform. Witnesses felt and sometimes even saw apparition or shadow-like figures aimlessly walking around the platform. The local says not a living being can be seen in the station on the last train that departed from this station. If you dare, try to take the last train from this platform. 7. Park Street Cemetery. The graveyards have always been a haunted attraction for explorers. Park Street Cemetery justified this haunted atmosphere. It happens to be one of the oldest cemeteries in the city, and most of the burial is that of the British who reside in the colonial time. The tombs are works of art and history that are in crooked shapes due to damage done by time. The cemetery isn't well maintained, which only increases the growth of vegetation and tall grass, which gives this place weird and eerie vibes. The explorers and the visitors who visited at night captured photographs of silhouette figures on the ground or wall, and sometimes nerve-wracking screams. Cameras often tend to be dysfunctional without any reason, and figures like a shadow are said to have been captured in the photos. Shortness of breath can be felt by the explorer while exploring. The cemetery is closed at night, but special permission for entrance at night is required. 6. Nimtala Ghat. One of the oldest crematories in the city and a place where Hindu cremation rites takes place, claimed to be haunted as the spirits take their last journey from this world. It has an eerie feeling as the agoris scattered around these ghats. Agoris are monastic groups of people who live a secluded life free of any human desires and eat burned corpses or smear ash on themselves. As one sees, it is very scary for ordinary people. Agoris invoke many rituals which are said to help them become close to goddess Kali, or in some case often claim to be possessed by the goddess. These rituals take in the depth of night, which can be creepy for ordinary people. If one dare to go at midnight, try to stay for 2 hours without spooked, that is if one can. 5. Poodle Bari. This translates as dollhouse, which is still standing strong despite being a heritage building. Located at 22 Hara Chandra Lane, this used to be the warehouse of export and import goods when the businesses started booming and ships docked in the Ahiratola and Shobhabazar Ghats of Hooghly River. Poodle Bari serves as a warehouse for the rich zamindars or landlords who handle the British dealing. Often various crimes were committed in this building, such as murders and crimes against women. It is said that the cries of the women that are unjustly died can be heard from this building. Locals report that the cries of these women can be heard on moonless nights. Another story goes like this: the owner had a daughter who liked dolls so much that it became an obsession, so she covered the entire house with dolls. These dolls can now be seen hanging from the roof of the building. The dollhouse is still functioning, as there are factories on the ground floors that are still running and tenants that occupy the upper floors. The explorers are often banned to go inside, as it is considered to be trespassing. But if one asks nicely to a tenant, then one might get permission to enter the building, who knows. 4. National Library. The National Library is said to be a treasure trove of knowledge. But the silence of the library can give eerie feelings to anyone when they are alone. The feeling of breathing down the neck can be felt in a place like this. Often the librarian complains that they felt uneasy during their stay in the place. The feeling of someone following is often felt if books aren't placed on proper shelves. The feeling dispersed soon after the books are kept in their proper place. It is said the wife of the former Governor-General Mrs. Metcalfe was said to roam these halls and had an obsession with cleaning this place. Apparitions of Mrs. Metcalfe can be seen when the place or certain corners of the place is empty. 3. Royal Calcutta Turf Club. The Royal Calcutta Turf Club was established way back in 1847 and has been a popular destination for horse racing ever since. The club has a rich history and has witnessed many notable races. But it wasn't until the early 1900s that the ghostly presence made itself known. The ghost of a former jockey is believed to haunt the premises, causing strange occurrences and sightings. There are many stories about the ghostly jockey, but the most popular one is that it is said that during a race, the jockey fell off his horse and was trampled to death by the other horses. Witnesses reported seeing his ghostly apparition riding a phantom horse during subsequent races, often causing horses to veer off course or run into obstacles. Some have even claimed to have heard the sound of hoofs pounding the ground, even when no horses are around. But that's not the only tragedy that has occurred at the Royal Calcutta Turf Club. Over the years, there have been several accidents and deaths during races. In 2015, a jockey was critically injured after his horse stumbled and fell during a race. He later died in the hospital, adding another tragedy to the club's already dark history. The accidents and deaths have led to speculation that the jockey's ghost may not be the only one haunting the club. Visitors have reported feeling an eerie presence and hearing strange noises, leading many to believe that other spirits may be lingering on the premises. The club's history reveals that it was once a hotspot for illegal betting and gambling, which may have also contributed to its ghostly reputation. It's possible that the spirits of those who lost their fortunes in the betting halls may be haunting the club, seeking revenge or redemption. Despite these spooky occurrences, the Royal Calcutta Turf Club remains a popular destination for horse racing enthusiasts. The government has taken measures to preserve the historic building, but the ghostly presence remains an important part of its history and allure. Visitors can still experience the thrill of the races while keeping an eye out for any otherworldly visitors. 2. Hastings House. Hastings House, located in Alipur, Kolkata, is one of the most famous haunted places in India. The house played a pivotal role in India's colonial history and was witness to many of the major events of the time. From the Indian Mutiny to the partition of India, the house has seen it all. This grand colonial-era mansion was built in the early 19th century and was used as a temporary residence for the Governor-General of India, Warren Hastings. This elegant mansion soon after his demise has become infamous for the strange occurrences that happen within its walls. According to legend, the ghost of Lady Hastings, the wife of the Governor-General, still haunts the house. Visitors have reported hearing footsteps, seeing apparitions, and feeling a cold presence around them. Some have even claimed to have seen Lady Hastings herself, dressed in her colonial-era clothing. Another story is that of a British soldier who reportedly committed suicide in one of the bedrooms. The room is said to be haunted by his restless spirit, with guests claiming to have heard strange noises and feeling an eerie presence in the room. The haunting of Hastings House in Kolkata is a fascinating topic that has captured the imaginations of many over the years. The validity of the haunting may be up for debate. There is no denying the historical significance of the house and its place in India's colonial history. So, if you find yourself in Kolkata, be sure to pay a visit to this enigmatic mansion and experience its haunting for yourself. 1. Writers' Building. The Writers' Building in Kolkata, originally built for the British East India Company in the 18th century, has been the site of numerous political and administrative activities over the years. It is also known for its eerie past, which has led many to believe that it is haunted. The history of the building reveals several unsettling incidents that support the notion of supernatural occurrences. The Battle of Corridors, which was an attack on the headquarters of British India from 3 prominent freedom fighters that took place there, has taken the life of the Inspector General of Police, N.S. Simpson. His ghost is said to still haunt the building, and many have claimed to have seen his spectre wandering the halls at night. Watchmen, security guards, and the caretaker of the building all have witnessed a series of hauntings that takes place on the first floor of the building. The noises are like the sound of typing, and the rattling of windows on a windless night can be heard. The manifestation of apparitions of a man roaming the hallways is often witnessed. Some have claimed to hear strange noises, such as whispers and footsteps, even when no one else is around. Others have reported seeing apparitions and feeling cold spots in certain areas of the building. The Writers' Building in Kolkata is a fascinating piece of history that continues to capture our imaginations. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, there is no denying the stories and legends that surround this mysterious building. So if you ever find yourself in Kolkata, be sure to pay a visit to the Writers' Building. You never know what ghosts you might encounter.